Hello everyone. So myself Raghav Jagga, a fifth year law student from University of Petroleum and Energy Studies, pursuing BCom LLB in taxation laws. For nowadays I am a legal intern at Lexis and Company. So today for our topic is marriage under Hindu law. So let us start with this topic. So Hindu law refers to a Kanyadan, which means a gifting a girl to a boy by a father with all the traditions and the rituals or customs. So Hindu marriage is an ancient tradition which is prevailing from a Vedic periods to a modern world in different modification and different changes according to a changing in the modern periods. So Section 2 of the Hindu Marriage Act 1955 states that any acts applies to any person who is a Hindu by a birth or by his reason or either by a form of a Vishma or following a Brahma, Samaj and so on. Any person who is Buddhist, Jain, Sikh, Christian under this act. This section and this act is also proved that such person is a government governed by a laws. So there are three forms of marriage under Hindu law. Let us discuss one by one. So first marriage is a Brahma marriage. Okay, this Brahma marriage states that the bride is given as a gift to a groom by a father, generally known as a arranged marriage. That is mostly followed in the Indian traditions. Okay, and second one is a Gandharva marriage. This is also very traditional marriage. So in this it is a mutual consent of a bride and groom. It is generally known as a love marriage. This type of marriage is occurring very rapidly increase in our society. Okay, due to a modern world. And the third marriage is a Asura marriage. In this marriage, Asura marriage is forced marriage, which a bride is sold by a father to a groom without his consent. This type of marriage is done in a Hindu class families. So there are some conditions for a valid marriage, which is laid down in a section 5, which states a valid marriage shall be solemnized between two Hindus if the following condition is fulfilled. So let's discuss the following conditions. First one is any person does not have a spouse living at the time of their marriage, according to a Hindu Marriage Act. Second one is the groom shall attain the age of at least 21 and bride attaining the age of 18. It is necessary at the time of marriage. If the both are not attaining the age, then it should be considered as a void marriage as per a Hindu Marriage Act. The consent should be given by the girl and a groom by his own. Okay. Another important condition, which is a person shall not suffer from any mental disorder at the time of a marriage. Some other essential provisions of a Hindu Marriage Acts are there. So let us discuss some of them. Okay, let us start with section 8 that states that the state government is facilitating the provisions as a proof to a Hindu marriage comes into a valid marriage. So section 8 basically talks about a registration of a marriage. Okay, all the rules that is contained shall be set by a legislation as soon as a may. The Hindu marriage registration has all the power and reasonable times open to a inspection and collections. So this registration officer has all the power to investigate for everything, but it seeks fit for them. Okay, let us discuss another provision, which is a section 11, which talks about a void marriage. So section 11 of the Hindu Marriage Act 1996 states that any marriage solemnized after the commencement of the Hindu Marriage Act, it contravenes the provision of this act. This marriage should be considered as a void. Another section, which is section 12, which talks about a voidable marriage. So according to this marriage, some conditions or some grounds which should be followed, which was, let's start. First one is no sexual intercourse has been done after the marriage due to a important of a husband. The second one is there shall be a consent of a bride if the husband has pregnant another woman other than his wife. Another one is the wife has filed a request for alumni of the marriage, and so many others are there. So let us conclude for today's topic. So this video discuss the concept of the Hindu marriage, to whom the Hindu Marriage Act 1955 applies. So how many forms are marriage are valid in the Hindu Marriage Act, recent ceremonies performed before the marriage, validities, registrations, and so on. So thank you so much for watching my video. If you have any concern regarding any doubt or anything, please feel free to comment on a comment box. Your answers should be given shortly. Thank you so much and goodbye.